Howdy. Today's video is going to be an updated Knockdown Inoki God for Season 4. Without further ado, let's get into the video. Starting with Light Dimma. Leaves us at plus 31. We have a couple auto-timed options. First being Drive Rush into Charged Heavy Punch, plus 11 on hit. Link it into back Heavy Punch, into Heavy Dimma, into options. Next auto-time thing, Drive Rush into regular overhead, plus 4 on hit. Link it into Crouch Light Punch, back into Light Dimma, loop the situation. That's more or less it for auto-timed options. For manual time stuff, we have some really good things. Drive Rush into Command Grab, Drive Rush into regular throw, and then Drive Rush into Crouch Medium Kick, which we can link into back Heavy Punch. So we have an overhead and a low. We have a heavy strike and a command grab. What if they block this? New to this season, we now have an extra frame advantage. We're plus 9, which means even fast backwalk characters like Akuma cannot walk out of this command grab. So if they want to avoid this, they pretty much have to jump. I say pretty much because they can also immediately match a 4-framer, and that actually hits us in the gap of our armor. So if you aren't sold on doing command grab there, you can do walk up into throw. That's perfectly fine too. You can also do an immediate stand medium kick, and then you're going to be able to link that into crouch jab into Light Dimma. A few more specific / niche options. If you're worried about drive reversal, you can do a medium phalanx, and that will hit them if they don't do it. Plus 7 on block, and it hits, right? Or if you're worried about delayed mashing, you can do a stand light kick as a frame kill into towards heavy kick. So this will catch a 3-frame delay, and you can then counter hit confirm into stand light kick into Light Dimma, and you're back in the situation. Or if they did do an immediate mash, this ends up being plus 14, and you can actually link another one, and then back heavy punch, and then heavy Dimma, and get a huge combo. Medium Dimma is going to be pretty similar in terms of some of the options you have. So we can do a manually timed command grab, a manually timed crouch medium kick, manually timed regular throw. You can do a manually timed charge heavy punch for the same situation as after Light Dimma. But we also have some different auto-timed options. You can do Drive Rush into charge towards heavy kick, and if it hits, back heavy punch, heavy Dimma, whatever ender. Drive Rush into charged overhead. If it hits, back heavy punch, heavy Dimma, into whatever. On block, charge towards heavy kicks plus 7, which means you can frame track with back heavy punch into Light Gladius. So let me show this. Will catch him if he mashes. Boom, counter hit. Or if they're just holding down back, you can command grab. They cannot walk out of that. However, fast moves will still interrupt it, and that actually includes regular throw, which isn't true from the charge stand heavy punch we showed from Light Dimma. So you do have to be careful. Situation very similar. Off of charged overhead, you're plus 6. Once again, you can command grab. They can't walk out of it, but it will also lose to throw and quick normals. If you're looking to bait drive reversal from this, instead of medium phalanx, instead of medium Superman punch, we do heavy for a very similar situation. And if you don't want to spend any drive, you can do forward dash, you're plus 14, and you can do towards heavy kick. You can just send this into Light Gladius if you want, or you can try to hit confirm it. So you can say, okay, random block, okay, it hit, I'll go into 2 crouch jabs into Light Dimma. Or if you're really advanced, you can try to buffer the quarter circle back, and if it's blocked, you don't cancel, and if it hits, you cancel into heavy Dimma. That's kind of difficult, so I wouldn't really recommend that unless you're really looking to min-max. Like, I think that's going to be like more of a high level strategy, but it's something to consider nonetheless. On to the heavy Dimma routes. So there are a couple follow-ups we can go for here. Firstly, we can just forward jump. That puts us at plus 13. From here, we can do stand medium kick. If we do it immediately, this will hit on its last active frame. It will be plus 7, which means we can link into stand medium punch into whatever route we would like. We can also do command grab, or we can do towards heavy kick if we really want to. Strength to doing stand medium kick here is this setup is also safe to drive reversal so long as you do everything at the right timing. What else can you do from here? Well, kind of the standard thing people were doing last season is they would do one charge heavy punch, and then you would forward dash. And after the forward dash, you would charge towards heavy kick. If it hit, you would go into back heavy punch, into heavy dimma, yada, yada, yada. And then if it was blocked, you're in range for a regular throw. Or you could take a gamble and do a command grab, even though that's a little bit faker. That is something that you can do here. You can also do forward dash and then drive rush into command grab. And that's just all ASAP timing. However, in Season 4, we got a new toy to play with in the form of an old combo. So that is drive rush back heavy punch into heavy Superman. They decreased the knockback distance on Superman, which means that this is now a safe jump anywhere on the screen against back recovery or normal recovery. If you're unfamiliar, a safe jump just means they cannot DP. They can't reversal it. You can just hold back when you do this jump in, and you're completely safe. Which means they either have to get hit by this. Obviously, they don't want to do that because we could kill them for it. Or they have to block it, meaning they're going to face a lot of drive gauge chip, or potentially eat another mix-up if we drive rush cancel or something from there. What options do they have against this? Well, they could try to perfect parry it. Good news for us, even if they do, yes, we're -2, but we are outside of throw range if they back recover, which is obviously excellent. We can also just empty jump, and if they try to parry, we can either regular throw or command throw. If we expect the parry, we don't have to go for the safe jump. So it creates kind of this cool 50-50 for us just by holding up forward, where they kind of have to guess parry, but then, oh my goodness, what if I try to parry and they throw me? OD Demo does not have really a whole lot different in terms of follow-ups. All of this stuff we just looked at still works. The number one follow-up I think you want to learn here is drive rush towards heavy kick, and then into jump medium punch. That leaves us plus 34. We have a couple options here. So we can forward dash into towards heavy kick, and then just confirm this into crouch jabs. That's completely fine. We can do drive rush into command grab, and that is manually timed, so you do have to delay this a little bit, but I promise it's not that difficult to do. You'll get the hang of it. You can do drive rush into immediate charged heavy punch upon landing, link it into back heavy punch, or go into command grab on block. Or you can just do like manual time, just walk up, which is nice, of course, because that lets you shimmy. Or you can manually time a charge knee, but the visual cue for this is super easy. Just once they hit the ground, not Marisa, but your opponent, once your opponent hits the ground, you start charging. And then if that hits, we go into back heavy punch. And if it's blocked, you can get like walk up throw here. Or we can just go for something like back heavy into like Gladius. Into the corner. So in the corner, really what you're worried about are Gladius knockdowns, which are plus 36, which is the same frame advantage as medium Dimma. So all of that stuff will work at the same timings. But in the corner, we can also unlock some frame kills, which is just whiffing a button to get to a certain frame advantage. So for example here, if I do stand light punch and I whiff it, I'm at plus 17, which is the perfect frame advantage for me to do charge back heavy punch. There it will catch him if he mashes buttons. It'll counter hit him. And then I can get a huge combo. It'll also catch him if he tries to jump out. And on block, it's plus 4, which means it's still my turn, and I can bully him. And then the other option off of this, of course, is just wait a little bit and go for command grab if they try to parry your block. Right? If you think they're going to parry your block, you charge back heavy punch. You just wait a little bit and then go for command grab. Another common frame kill setup you can go for here, you can whiff crouch medium punch. Leaves you at plus 10. Gives us boom, command grab, or towards heavy kick. Again, this is going to depend on what you end up trading with. So here, if I trade with Akuma's stand jab, you'll see I end up being plus 14. So I can do another towards heavy kick, into OD Quadriga, and it's a huge deal. However, if I trade with Akuma's crouch light punch, I'm only plus 12. So I need to go into back heavy punch, and I don't get quite as much damage. Obviously, I could still do a combo to kill there. So that's one of those things where it really just depends on what button you're trading with, and maybe you know that in a certain matchup you get good combos, in a certain matchup you don't get good combos, but I will leave that up to you. The throw knockdown in the corner, the two things that I think you should learn are the timing to do a manual throw loop. So if I have him set to wake up jab here, you can see I can beat it. If you get punish countered when you're practicing this, that means you did throw too early. If you get counter hit, that means you did throw too late. If you counter hit him, obviously you throw him and everything happens on the right on time. So learn that timing. The other thing you should do is drive rush into stand heavy punch that hits meaty, which means even if they're just jumping out or something, you can link into back heavy punch into a huge combo. Lastly, I want to talk about command grab. So plus 18. I think the best thing to do here probably is drive rush into stand medium kick. If they jump out, you should be able to link into back heavy punch and then into whatever combo you like. If they mash, it depends. You'll trade. There I'm plus 12. I cannot link back heavy punch here. I can't link crouch medium punch. I can complete it with maybe the heavy punch target combo or the towards medium punch target combo into sweep. But again, it depends on the button and the character you're fighting, because if I trade with his stand jab, then I'm plus 14, and then I can go into towards heavy kick, so it really depends. If you don't want to have to worry about trades, then a good option is drive rush into crouch medium kick. That will catch buttons. It will also catch jump. And it will catch walk back. And of course, you can convert this into towards medium punch and then into the sweep target combo. Or if you're able to confirm that they're standing, you can go into this target combo and go into supers. In the corner, the command grab gets a little bit scarier. So you can still do the drive rush into stand medium kick, except it's a lot better because on block, you are in range to force another command grab. In the past, this hasn't been that good because if they jump on block and I go for a button that hits them grounded, you see I can't really confirm this. Right, second one doesn't hit. Second one doesn't hit. But now, if we're worried they're going to jump, we can do medium punch target combo, and this actually just hits them out of the air now. We can cancel this into charge gladius on the air reset, or into medium phalanx for some plus frames. Now, be careful because, of course, we're only plus 2, so technically we're doing a 7-frame button on plus 2. Their 4-frame move can beat us. However, we will trade with 5-framers, right? So that means, depending on the character again, we might get different combos. Against Akuma's crouch light kick, I get stand light kick. Against Akuma's stand light kick, I'm only plus 5, so I would get a crouch jab. So it really just depends on what button you trade with. Again, that's just learning the matchups and the situations. Thankfully, it will be throw. So I think this is a much better option now because we have a sequence to sort of punish them for holding up, which we didn't really have before. Is it the biggest punish in the world? No, but it's much better than it was. That was fast. Hopefully it was helpful. As always, have a good time.